Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks and we're still at IFA 2013 and now we've made it to the China Hall. Just as at Computex, but in a smaller iteration, we have loads and loads of Chinese companies right here, and they're presenting some interesting stuff actually, or at least some of them are. In between loads and loads of cheap tablets, we have a company called Migoal from Shenzhen that is offering a thing called Transmaker. And this is actually a tablet dock for the Samsung Galaxy S3 and S4. They don't have working models yet because the hardware is ready, but they haven't figured out the software problems to actually have the stuff from the Galaxy S4 that goes in the back right here to be displayed on the screen. They have two models. This is the TR10, which is a 10.1-inch screen with 1280 by 800 resolution. It's an IPS panel that's supposed to go in there, and a 5,000 milliampere hour battery. The device looks just like a basic Android tablet, right? You have the capacitive touch buttons down here. There's no camera inside the device itself because they're using the front cam of the smartphone, so you can use the back cam and the front cam on this. The interesting thing is this is a Galaxy S4 that slides into this slot back here. They have a micro USB port down there, and that's basically it. And what they've done is actually to make it fit for the S3 and S4, they're offering a free protective case that comes with the tablet or the tablet dock, so you can just put in your Galaxy S4 into this case to make it fit in here, and it slides in really nicely, clicks into that USB port down there, and then you're all set. If you have an S3, there's another case in the package. You just put your S3 in this sleeve in the case right here and slide it in there. So fits both of the Samsung flagship devices, and they said they were going to be able to have the software ready within the next 10 days. Why they haven't got it here is basically they ran out of time ahead of the show, so they couldn't make it. Let's take a quick look around the dock itself. As I said, there's a 5,000 milliampere hour battery in there, and except for what's more in there is basically just a power plug to charge the integrated battery. The switch right here is actually for switching between the modes, because I think that the S3 and S4 have different outputs through the USB port. We have a headset jack right there. There's a volume rocker integrated and a reset button on here that's just for the tablet part. On the front, as I said, there's the hole for the onboard camera from the Galaxy S4 and S3. The hole is this big because the cameras are actually placed in different spots on the smartphones. And other than that, we have some holes down here and a data port that are actually used for this additional keyboard dock, which also integrates a battery. In the dock there is actually a 6,000 milliampere hour battery, and you just click it in like this. Works just like on the transformer models from Asus. And on the keyboard part we have a USB port down here, and on the other side there's just a charging port. The trackpad has a separate bar for the mouse buttons, so you can actually control your Android on the screen of the tablet just by using the trackpad. You can also use the touchscreen, that's for sure, but they're still working out those problems they had I talked about earlier on the software. Let's just take a quick look at the 11-inch version. We have a larger keyboard on here that's actually pretty comfortable to type on. This is just a mock-up, so they have some problems with the touchscreen right here. Those bubbles are not from any fall, but it's actually a damaged touchscreen in there. On here we have the same Android buttons, and basically on the back it's the same stuff. So if I now go in here, rip out this S4 from this one, I can just shove it in here, and again it fits really nice. There's also a speaker integrated here, so you can actually output sound through that. What else is there? On the dock we have again just the charging port and the USB port. Up here we have an additional micro USB port that isn't on the 10-inch version, and other than that, on the 11-inch version, which is called TR11, there are pretty much the same ports. So we have a headset jack, the charging port and a switch to actually turn it on and off, or switch between the different smartphones. So this has been the Transmaker pad phone style tablet dock for the Galaxy S3 and S4 from a company called Migoal from Shenzhen. I was Roland with Mobile Geeks. See you later. Hey, it's Roland from Mobile Geeks again, and we're still at Migoal in the Shenzhen Hall at IFA 2013, and we just looked at the Transmaker tablet docks and notebook docks for the Galaxy S3 and S4, and what they give you in the package is actually this thing right here that's called kind of like a Bluetooth extension for the device. So if you're just using the Galaxy S3 or an S4 in one of the docks, this actually takes over the telephone functions. So if somebody calls it, you don't have to slide out your smartphone. You just use this, which connects through Bluetooth to any smartphone or a tablet that is actually capable of Bluetooth, and you can make calls and everything with it. So that's just a small addition to the Transmaker sleeves from Migoal.